Mike Tyson was born on June 30th, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York, a place that during the late 1960s and 70s was filled with poverty, crime, and social tension. Tyson's story begins in the tough neighborhood of Brownsville, one of the roughest parts of Brooklyn. It was an area where survival was often more important than dreams, and young children were exposed to crime, gangs, and violence almost from the moment they could walk. For Mike, this environment shaped the very core of who he would become, both his toughness in the boxing ring and his struggles outside it. His father, Jimmy Kirkpatrick, left the family when Mike was just 2 years old, leaving his mother, Lorna Tyson, to raise the children in deep poverty. Lorna did her best to provide for her family, but she struggled to make ends meet. Mike grew up not knowing a stable father figure, something that left an emotional void in his life. Without guidance at home and surrounded by crime outside, Mike fell into trouble early. His family moved frequently, sometimes being evicted from their apartment, which made his childhood unstable. Tyson later admitted that he felt unwanted and unprotected as a child. His soft voice and lisp made him a target for bullies, and he was often picked on. But this also lit the first sparks of the fierce aggression that would later make him famous. By the time he was 10 years old, Tyson was already involved in petty crime. He ran with street gangs and often fought with other kids in the neighborhood. Unlike most children, Mike had an unusual combination of natural strength and fearlessness, even at a young age. He was small and chubby as a boy, but his punches carried unusual power. When someone tried to push him around, Tyson's instinct was to fight back violently. He started stealing and was frequently in trouble with the law. By the time he was 13, Tyson had already been arrested around 30 times for various offenses, including robbery and street fights. He was sent to juvenile detention centers multiple times, and it seemed his life was headed down a tragic path. Like many other young men from Brownsville, it was during one of these juvenile detentions that Tyson's life began to take a different turn. While at the Tryon School for Boys, a reform school in upstate New York, Mike's fighting skills caught the attention of a counselor named Bobby Stewart, a former boxer. Stewart noticed Tyson's raw power and natural instincts for fighting. Stewart then introduced Mike to legendary boxing trainer Cus D'Amato, a man who would change Tyson's life forever.